Hello everybody, GL1 here, and let's go exploring through my mystery smashed up box of old Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. These cars go back to my childhood, so I don't know what's in here exactly. I have an idea. I kind of remember what I used to have, but I took a lot of my old cars and just threw them in one of these and haven't really looked since, and I have another one of these full of cars as well. But we're just going to go through one tonight. Let's see what's in here. All right. Well, it looks kind of like a mess. So clearly the plastic dividers are gone. But I think that being that these cars were thrown and smashed and all kinds of stuff, because back when I was a kid, there really were no action figures. The cars became your action figures. So they, you kind of anthropomorphized them, pretended they had personalities and stuff like that. And sometimes, instead of having action figures fight, you would have your cars fight. And if you got in a fight, maybe with an older sibling or something like that, you threw them at each other. So, all right, the first one here, this is really interesting. This is a really nice model of a Mercedes. I mean, you even have this raised symbol there. And, it has the doors that open. And on the bottom, it's a 500 SE. And look where it's made. It's made in West Germany. There is no West Germany anymore, just Germany. That changed in the late 80s. So, pretty neat, huh? All right, let's see what else we have. Now, I remember this car. Yeah, these are like the Formula One cars, and I never liked them body style-wise, but they were really fast and smooth. It's a Matchbox car, not Hot Wheels. And the Matchbox were always smoother, and I thought faster. This was made in 1973, and you can see made in England by Lesney. So, I did some history on that episodes ago when I was talking about those hollow metal cars, those really old ones from the 60s. And look, you can see it's got like where you put two gas tanks. It's got two gas tanks, and you put the gas in there. But, what's going to be cool is if these fit on the racetrack, I'm going to go through these cars and we're going to race them. And, well, looks like, we had that race with animal cars. Looks like this one didn't make it. This is from 94 and it got thrown in there. So looks like we're going to have maybe another animal race or add this in because to find out where it sits. Because I did find another one that I forgot about. And I remember this car. This car is another one that visually I didn't really like it, but it was fast and so smooth. Let me see if I can demonstrate that, get that point across. Yeah. Quiet. And it has bounce. The Hot Wheels cars today, they're hard. The axles are hard. And the other thing is, it's metal on the bottom and the top. And today they're just metal one way or the other. And you can see it's an 8-cylinder, but you have them offset. So, so that the crankshaft, it would be offset. So Team Matchbox. So I don't even know what kind of car you call that as far as the style. But 1974. And, I remember this van. And in fact, I had remember the gym teacher in my middle school had a van like this. So just a basic Chevy van, 1979, Matchbox. And a little louder. See, it's not as smooth as this one. And I believe this was smooth too. A little harder. Yeah, but I can remember some of those things. All right, and take a look at this. An old Batcopter. I do remember this. It's amazing how much I remember these cars, actually. Once I go through, it's like, yeah, I remember playing with this. And I always liked the way that you could look down and you could see. Sort of like in a boat, like, one of those river boats, and you could look down and you could see through the water. Kind kind of like that. So there's a Batcopter. And look at this, another Mercedes. So this looks like what, like a 500 SL or something like that. This is a Majorette. Okay. The scale on Majorette, it's always a little bit, yeah, 158 scale, not 164. So it's a little bit, yeah, 500 SL. Yeah. So always a little bit bigger to me. But it is similar, I think, in scale to this West German one, right? All right. And, oh, I remember this. I loved campers. I always loved the idea of being able to take your home with you. And I always was frustrated. This was like this out of the box. As always, it just was molded wrong. And well, it looks like it had better days here, though. But yeah, this is I can't, made in Hong Kong. Wow, made in Hong Kong. So, all right, and then yeah, but it doesn't say who made it. So I don't think it's Hot Wheels or Matchbox, and not or Lesney. You know, well that's Matchbox or Majorette. So, but kind of nicely made, other than that molding issue. Oh, and here's a Ferrari, and made in China, Matchbox, 95. So it looks like I do have some that are newer, you know. Oh, definitely that's newer, right? What is that, a PT Cruiser? So Plymouth, yep, PT Cruiser. Yep, Maisto Tech. Maisto also makes a lot of radio-controlled vehicles, which I have. Now, let me go to some things I know that are old. Now, I remember this when I was little. Look at this thing. So I think my dad got me a set of these, different ones. And always is bouncy and springy. And it's just kind of like a cartoon car, right? It's all mashed up, the metal, you know, kind of mushed. And made in Hong Kong. Hallmark, made by Hallmark Cards Incorporated. This is the Fuzzmobile. LJN Toys. Pretty neat, huh? Unusual. Now, I remember playing with this, and I think this came with a lion. So the lion that would get on there, and then I guess I lost the lion, but I didn't lose the truck. So, yeah, the Wildlife Safari truck, 1973. And, ooh, that is smooth. Nice and smooth. And I know it used to have a thing, you see, I bent it because I didn't like this. It slowed the vehicle down. It had these little tabs on the wheels, plastic tabs, that would roll around and would turn this wheel so that the animal would be turning. But it made the truck run slower. So whenever one of my toys had that, I broke it. I pushed the plastic in or clipped it off or whatever so it would run faster. Because I always cared about how fast they went. And then I remember playing a lot with these old trains. Take a look at this. These are Matchbox, if I remember correctly. So that came together. Yep, Matchbox. So 1978. Yep. Have had that a long time. And I know I have this one. And this also, I remember playing with these. The rail freight train. And look at how that pulls out. So see, that pulls out, and then you hook that on. And you can hook it, you know, let's say the other train broke down. And it's a lot of metal, you know. So it's quite heavy. Made in England. Super fast. Matchbox super fast. 1978 as well. Yeah, so it's kind of a hard ride, you know. As you can see, those are not like your typical wheels. All right, and I think we're not going to go through all of these because there's a lot to go through, right? But take a look at this Spooky Mobile. I always wanted a car like this. I remember being a little kid wanting, when I grow up, I want, you know, like the Munsters car, right? You'd have the driver in there. And it's really like a horse and carriage, isn't it? So like the people would be in there. And you know what? Oh my goodness, I never would have appreciated this. I think it has a chessboard. I think it has a chessboard inside. I can't tell if it's an engine or a chessboard, but It looks like a table with pieces on top, so it might be a chessboard. Although I don't see an engine anywhere, so maybe it's an engine and those are supposed to be pistons. I don't know, but it'd be neat to think it's a chessboard, huh? All right, and it still rolls. Yeah, surprisingly, a lot of these cars roll really well. Take a look at this. I remember this. I thought of this as a superhero car. I guess Spider-Man, but it's not. It's the Black Widow. Oh, so this could be a Black Widow car, right? For Marvel as well. Let's see how this rolls. I remember playing with this. I bet it's Matchbox. Yep, Matchbox. I had a lot of Matchbox cars then compared to now, which is a lot of more Hot Wheels. And yeah, I remember this sporty ambulance. And I think I didn't like it, so it got in a lot of fights with other cars. The Healer Wheeler. Corgi Jr. Yeah. And it actually rolls well. It was fast. I used to race the cars, and I think I didn't like it because I thought it was ugly and it was fast. And I was like, well, the ugly car is not supposed to win. It's the good guys. But I think this one won a lot. And I'll take a look at this old Corvette. Look at that. I remember playing with that. And look, it has the doors that open. GM on the license plate there. And yeah, this is something different. This is, Tomica. So this is Japanese. 1977. I have a couple of newer Tomica cars that I got that I got, near the end of Toys R Us. So probably like 2016 or 17. I have a couple Tomica cars. And they have an opening, I think, gate on the back. I think they were hatchbacks. And listen, see how smooth that is? Really nice. And I remember the other Tomica ones are like that, really made well. When we race these, it's going to really be neat to see who wins. Didn't have such a good track back then, you know? All right, so take a look at this. This is a crane. Now, the little hook on the crane broke off. Maybe it was chewed off. But I think a lot of people remember this one. If you've been around a while seeing this old thing. This has been around a long time. And kind of ugly, sort of. Mobile crane. Made in Great Britain. Look at that. Corgi Jr. So it's neat that it doesn't say England, right? It says Great Britain. Here's another construction vehicle. Same wheels. Oh, look at this. So what is that for? I wonder, is it just for noise? Or maybe it ratcheted that up at one time? Well, you put that up and it stays. That's cool. It has a little piece of metal there to lift. And, maybe it's just for noise. But this says, made in Great Britain. So it's part of the same set as the other one. And I remember the old ugly fire truck. Corgi Jr. And also made in Great Britain, it says. And look at that thing there. If it had ladders, I lost them now. Maybe it had a ladder that went across there. And ooh, nice. Smooth rolling. Good bounce. Yeah, nice truck. We're running out of table space here a little bit. Let me see if I can make a little more. And let's see who else we got. Oh, yeah, I remember this guy. And, it had 2 motorcycles, but looks like I managed to only hang on to one. And, they would come out. So you could play with that and then put in there. And so Hot Wheels cars and stuff, they weren't as flashy in some ways as what you get now. But look, all metal on both sides and removable motorcycles. And I bet that, I don't know, it rides hard. I bet that's a Hot Wheels. Let's see. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's Matchbox. 1977. So pretty cool. And look, you could even tow. All right. A lot of toy cars back then had towing. Oh, yeah, look at this. Now, this looks like that old, well, not that old, that Dodge. Let's see how old this is. Yeah, it's not that, I don't think it's, 99. So, okay, so somehow this snuck into there. So, yeah, can't. And see, but you see how hard it sounds? Whereas an older car, well, like this one, I mean, just so smooth, right? This is like just hard wheels, hard axles. But hard might roll better, actually, or at least perform better on a track. Well, I don't know what this is, but it's out of scale. It's like a 158 scale. Oh, this is a McDonald's Corp. All right, 2001. So this is just, Happy Meal car. Cool. So, what's that? Hot Wheels. Yeah. Hear how it's hard axle. All right. That's what we got here. An old US Jeep. Yeah, I think I remember this. This is pretty old. And I think there was a piece that stuck in here, like a cage in the back. And this is 1978 also. Yep, pretty old. So the old male Jeeps. I don't see as many of those anymore. Look, you had your gas tank. I think this is like first aid and gas in the back. Okay. And up here. Oh, my favorite. I love dump trucks because they always reminded me of Triceratops or dinosaurs. Or rhinoceros. So look at how big the wheels are, right? So this is a quarry dump truck. So real big, let's see how it rolls. I wonder if it fits on the track. And this is Matchbox. Yeah, I've had this a really long time, too. 1976. Yeah, I remember playing with this. I just loved that truck. And then, let's see what else I have. That's newer. Oh, this old van. This is probably something. This is something that, it's like you go to like a drugstore and there's like the cheapy brands of cars. Yeah, made in Hong Kong. And, you just wanted something, but, they were inexpensive, but look at how it rolls. So while Matchbox and Hot Wheels were all metal top and bottom, these weren't, and it just had a simple flange of plastic that held the axle in place, but they had good bounce and, good smooth rides. So actually it was good. I do remember that. And I do remember playing with this little thing, and this is a pullback motor, and it's not going to fit on our racetrack, made in Hong Kong. Okay, so this is, let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. It might take some doing. You might need a little bit of some. I can hear the spring a little bit, but it's kind of slipping. But anyway, what it has is it has plastic wheels with like a rubber, like sort of like a band that's stuck on around them. It looks like the rubber has even hardened over the years. All right. And this old van, this is the same as the other one. I remember this. See? It's all made in Hong Kong. And what does this say here? Ye Ming. Oh, okay. But I remember it rolling well. It's so smooth, right? Isn't that nice? I wouldn't be surprised if these things do really well in the race. So I think it's a Dodge. But it'd be interesting to see how it does in the race. Actually, it's okay, it's a little different. I could see the top is different. Yeah, I was going to say it's the same, but the bottoms are different. But this is, I believe that's a Ford front. And you can see the way the bottoms are put together is different on them. But they both ride smooth. And here's an old Volkswagen Bug. Don't see as many of those anymore. And 1977 Tomica. And if you'll notice on the Tomica cars, the wheels are very thin. See that on the Corvette too? They're not wide like on a Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Let's see, what was this? Yeah, Matchbox. See how fat the wheels are on that? So, well, if this is anything like the other Tomica, even though it's seen better days, probably rolls well. Yeah, and it's very bouncy. So we're going to have to see how that does in the race. And look, metal top and bottom. You can see it's a lot of metal. So, it seems that vehicles that roll well and are kind of heavy do really well in the race. They are able to overcome friction and inertia and just roll really well. Here's another one of those really inexpensive toy cars. Look at just the real simple axle with a piece of plastic through it, skinny wheels. I think it's supposed to be an Audi or maybe a BMW. And yeah, rolls pretty well, so we'll see how that does on the track. Oh, look at this. Oh, I remember this. And I had other ones, but this, I think, is all I have left. And this is, I was really little. And I didn't like this one, because, well, the bow and the bonnet and all that and the little heart in the front. But it's all I have left. I don't know what happened to the other ones. And look, you could tow something, but it was like you pushed it on and it's stuck on there. And let's see if I can even see this. I'm gonna have to get, I think it might be Mattel, made in Hong Kong. Let's see how it rolls. But this is like before Micro Machines, right? And really neat. Now I'm curious to see how it's gonna roll. And now I'm all right with it, But all metal frame underneath and everything. So, all right, here's another old. This is pretty old. Yeah, 1987, not as old, Hot Wheels. And we've got the Hot Wheels symbol there. It doesn't roll too well, actually. I think this wheel's having a hard time rolling. Feel a little tension, so it's probably not going to do well. Well, I know it isn't. All right, let's take a look at this old car here. The door's open, so I wonder who made it. Well, it's got fat wheels, not skinny. So it's not a Tomica, I don't think. And is it a Ferrari? Let's see, this is a Matchbox. And... oh, Renault. It's a Renault. Okay. Well, Matchbox sometimes will still, even now, come out with... you pay a little more, like $1.25 or 50 more, but they'll have cars that have opening doors. Back... when I was a little kid, a lot of the toys had a moving feature on them. And yeah, it rolls well. Back then, those old Matchbox cars. All right, here's an old pickup. Not too old, though. It's a Dodge, but it's 90s. So, Dodge Ram truck. Hot Wheels. 1994. Seems to roll all right. And let's see. I don't even know where this comes from. Maisto. Made in China. All right, I don't think that's that old. But, just a carrying, I don't know, produce truck. Here's another dump truck. It looks like a Matchbox. There's wheels. So, Maisto. Okay, and I'm going to see how that does. Rolls okay. And some of these I don't remember that well. I don't have a story to go with them or feelings or anything. 2000 Corvette. Oh, this is a McDonald's. So, Happy Meal toy. Big, right? It's a big scale. Kind of like, maybe 158, not 164. Now, what else we got here? Oh, this old, what's that, a Chevy? And made in China, just a cheapy little car. Yeah, plastic, the axles, and even rattles. There's something inside rattling. So, but seems to roll pretty well. I don't remember this at all. Maisto. Ford Interceptor. And the police cars, yeah, so the Interceptors, what they had is called Interceptor transmissions. So they would have the regular V8 in like the Crown Victoria like this, but then they would have a transmission that was geared for more torque. And so that made them really fast in order to take off and catch you if you're trying to get away. All right, let's take a look at this old Hot Wheels Formula One. And low to the ground. and rolls kind of hard. 1992. All right. And well, this old Batmobile, I've seen these around. You know, this is Ertl, and this is not going to race on our track. So, and then yeah, here's another one of those, like, just, you know, super inexpensive. Like maybe you get like 5 of them for $1 back in the 90s, something like that. And here's another one of those vans. Yeah, I think, you know, it was like 3 vans. You'd get them all at once. And this is like the purple one, see? So it's the same chassis. And in fact, it's pretty much the same van. It looks like they got in a fight and the plastic got cracked. So, there. And oh, here's an oldie, maybe goodie. So look at this old car. Well, it looks like this thing has had better days. The grill's all smashed up, but opening doors. And yeah, let's see if it rolls pretty well. Yeah, rolls well. And what is it? It's a Matchbox, and it's a Rolls Royce. Rolls well. Silver Spirit. Made in Thailand. Shame it got beat up, huh? Wow. Well, you know, I didn't always know what I was doing with my cars. All right, here's another Formula One. And this Hot Wheels 99. All right. I don't know if it rolls all right. Let's see. Hard. Yeah, they see that the Hot Wheels are just hard. They not real quiet. All right. And oh, here's another old, like, got something rattling in there. Maisto. And maybe that's just a Jetta. Oh, VW Jetta. Okay. And it doesn't roll that great. Here's a party car Jamaican Tours. I think maybe this is not that old. Hot Wheels, made in Malaysia. I don't see a date on it. Or wait a minute, 94. Okay, but I feel like I've seen these. Oh, and look at that. That front wheel doesn't even roll, so not going to race that. And here's another. Isn't this similar to or the same as the other one? No, it's different. Oh, okay. So it is a different car, similar to the Hot Wheels one. And look, it's all metal. So 97. And this is the tail dragger. Yeah. Oh, and it rolls pretty well too. Heavy car. Going to be interesting to see how it races. And I wonder, is this a McDonald's one? And Hot Wheels Olds Aurora GTS 1998. Okay, no, it's just look, it's got like the racing net inside. All right, it rolls okay. And this one, all right, I know this is not that old. This car, though, is this, yeah, year 2000. This is a neat concept. This is made by, is it Johnny Lightning? It's a little difficult for me to see. Ford F-150. And I can't read it. It's not Johnny Lightning either. I can't tell what it says. Something is sort of written on an angle. But anyway, the way this works is, you see how springy these wheels are? I have a couple more of these. There's a wrench, and you take the wrench and you put it on this nut there, and you can tighten it or loosen it, and it will tighten up the suspension. So what it has is this bolt here pulls a piece of metal down on top of the axles and pulls it down harder or softer, and it gives it more spring. So right now it's really soft, so you can hear it. Tilt this a little bit. Real smooth. And I have the wrenches and I have the other cars. So somehow it just made it into this box. And it looks like maybe mice made it into that box, because that's got to be cleaned out. That's kind of nasty. So, all right. Well, we made it through the whole box. Old cars. And we are going to race these. So that's going to be exciting. And like I said, I have another box of the old ones that are just thrown into a box. But then I have old cars that are organized. And I have some really valuable and maybe rare ones that you haven't seen in a long time, or maybe you've never seen. So thanks for watching something truly different, I hope. All right, take care and talk to you soon.